So let's get into this worksheet. So question 1 is draw a number line showing all the integers from -3 to -2. So I want to start here, and it says at -3. So draw that in, and I'm just going to start drawing my line. And I've got to show all of the integers up to 2. So there we go. Oops, I'll just redraw that line. There's my number line. So if you something like that, that's correct. The next one, insert a greater than or less than symbol between the following pairs of integers to make the mathematical statements true. Now remember, the crocodile eats the big one. Alright, so you have your higher number here and your lower number there. Alright, so you need to make sure that you're remembering that. So let's have a look at this. Here it says 4 and -7. So that means that that one's the bigger one. So I go that way. -1 is more than -5. So I put it that way. -6 is more than -8. So I go that way. Alright. Next question. Arrange these numbers in ascending order. So ascending, you ascend to heaven. So ascending means that you're going up. Okay? So we need the smallest one first. Alright, so we've got 1, 2, 3 negative numbers. They're going to be our first ones. -9 is the smallest, so we'll start with him. And then -4 is next. And then -2. And usually I'll cross these off as I go. Then I have 0, so 0 is obviously going to be next. And I've got 1 and 3, so 1 comes first, and then 3. Okay, so that's my answer there. Alright, calculate the answer to these additions and subtractions. So, -5 plus 9. If I owe someone $5, okay, and then I bring $9 to school, once I pay them back, I'll be left with $4. Here, I've got -7. Alright, so I owe someone -7, and then I take another $4 from them. So that means that I owe them now $11. Here, I owe someone $16, and I bring $7 to school and pay them back that $7. I now only owe them $9. I have $8, but I spend $20. That means I'm short $12. Here, -10 plus 6. So once again, you owe me $10, you bring $6 to school, now you only owe me $4. Here, $8, take away $14. So if I've got $8 in my pocket and I want to buy something that costs $14, it means that I am short $6. 15 plus -9. Okay, so I've got $15 in one pocket and a bill for $9 in the other pocket. When I put them together, I'm left with $6. Okay, we're going to do these three at the end. Alright, so we don't confuse them, but we'll go to this next one below here. Once again, I have $13 in one pocket and then a bill for $25 in the other pocket. When I put them together, I am -12. Okay, -12. Here, I have a bill for $23 in this pocket, a bill for $18 in that pocket. It's plus, so I'm putting them together. All right, and that means that I owe, what's that, 33. And so this is where if you're adding two negatives, all right, you can actually just plus them together. All right, like a normal addition. That's when you add two negatives. Okay, but it's only for that rule. So I've got -41. If I have a bill for 23 and a bill for 18 and I put them together, I owe a total of 41. Okay, here, because we're taking away a negative number, it turns into plus. So this one is actually 17 plus 8, okay, which equals 25. This one here is negative 19 plus 24, okay, which gives me 5. This one here, negative 36 plus 29, okay, which leaves me with negative 7, okay. So really important that you're recognising those rules for those different types. Let's go down now to the next page. So this is, we're looking at multiplication and division of integers. So the product of two negative numbers, product means times, okay. When we have two negatives, remember, use your ninja rule. So a plus and a plus equals a happy face, which is positive. A negative and a negative equals a happy face, which is a positive. One of each equals a sad face. Okay, so we just follow these rules. So two negatives equals positive. The product of a positive and a negative, that's this face. It's sad, so it's a negative. The quotient, that's division. Remember that your answer to a division is called the quotient of two negatives. There's our two negatives. We're happy, so it's a positive. And the negative and a positive, okay, we're sad face again. So positive, negative, positive, negative. All right, here once again we follow the same rules. All right. So these are our questions. I don't even look at multiplication or the, I don't even look at the negative signs or the positive signs. I just say 4 nines. I know that 4 nines are 36, okay, and there's one of each. So that means that okay, one of each means that it's a negative. Okay, and then we just go through them. 6 times 3 is 18. Once again, there's one of each. It's this face. It's a negative. Okay? 42 divided by 7 is 6. There's one of each. That means that it's positive. So, sorry, there's two negatives. So that means that it's a positive. 8 times 7 is 56. Once again, there's one negative, one positive. That's this guy. It's a negative. 32 divided by 4 is 8. There's two of the same ones, so that means it's a positive 8. 81 divided by 9 is 9. There's one of each. That's this guy. Means it's a negative. 5 times 12 is 60. Okay, we have two negatives. That's this guy. And he's a positive, so it stays positive. 35 divided by 5 is 7. There's one of each. That's this guy again. It's a negative. 72 divided by 12 is 6. Okay, and once again there's one of each, which makes it a negative. Alright, so when you're doing these ones, make sure you draw your faces. You do your normal times tables, and then you just either put in your negative symbol or you leave it as a positive. Quite simple, that one. A lot easier than addition and subtraction. Okay, so let's look at the last few questions on this. Question 7, it says a submarine is 50 metres below sea level, detects a small aircraft flying directly above it. The equipment on board the sub estimates that the aircraft is 170 metres away. What is the height of the aircraft above sea level? So you've got your submarine here. Alright, it is 50 metres below the surface, and then you've got your plane up here, and we know that the total length in between the two is 170. So if this is 50, this one must be 120. So the answer to that question is 120 metres above level. B, the aircraft is a helicopter. The helicopter also detects the submarine, so lowers its position to 30 metres above sea level to try and see the submarine. How far apart are the submarine and the helicopter now? So our submarine, which is there, still 50 metres, and our helicopter has come down to here, and he's only 30 metres now, which means that they are $80 metres apart. List the different pairs of integers that multiply to give you -6. Alright, so firstly I could use 1 times -6. I could use -1 times 6. I could use -3 times 2. I could use -2 times 3. And that's about it. If I'm wrong, please let me know and correct me. There are two distinct pairs of numbers whose product is -6. So we're still on this same question here. There are two distinct pairs of numbers whose product is -6 and the difference is 5. What are the two pairs of numbers? Okay, so the difference between -1 and 6 is 7. Okay, the difference between -3 and 2 is 5, because on a number line we've got -3 here, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. So that's the difference of 5. So what two pairs of numbers are they? They are -3 and 2. And last but not least, some order of operations. So this one here we need to do, we've got two operations, which means that we need to do this one first. So 5 times 12 is 60. They're both positives. So we're left with 46 take away 60, and 46 take away 60 is -14. Alright, B, we have 1, 2, 3 operations. Division comes first, okay? So 7 goes into 49 8 times, pretty sure. No, 7 times, sorry. So they're both negatives. So that means we're left with +7 plus 5 times -3. We need to do this one next. Alright, 5 times 3. 5 times 3 is 15. And that's a negative, that's not a negative. So that means we're left with a negative number. And 7 plus stays in the same spot. Then 7 plus -15, if I've got $7 in my pocket and a bill for $15 in my other pocket, and I put them together, it means that I owe someone $8. Okay, so that's our answer there, -8. This one, we need to do our brackets first, and we need to do the multiplication inside the brackets first. 7 3s are 21. Okay, then here I do my brackets again. 1 take away 21 equals -20. Alright, next comes this one here. I've got two operations left. Alright, division comes first. 20 divided by 4 is 5. Alright, and there's one negative, one positive, which means it's -5. And we have 8, and the minus sign stays there. 8 take away -5, which means that it turns into 8 plus 5, and 8 plus 5 equals 13. 13 is your answer. This one here, we'll set this out properly. So we need to do the brackets first. So once we do the brackets, which is -9 plus 6, we're left with negative 3. Okay. Then I need to do the division next. 28 divided by 7 is 4. And there's 1 negative, 1 positive. So that means it's negative 4. And then negative 4 times negative 3. 4 3s are 12. And because they're both the same, it's a positive. Okay, last but not least, a little bit of substitution. So in this question it asks, evaluate the following expressions using x equals 5 and y equals negative 3. So let's just rewrite this one. Alright, 6 take away 3 times x equals 5. Okay, 3 times 5 is 15. And 6 take away 15 equals negative 9. Okay, B, 2 times negative 3, okay, plus 8. I need to do the 2 times negative 3 first. So 2 3s are 6, there's 1 of each, makes it a negative, plus the 8. If I owe someone $6 and I bring $8 to school, I have $2 left over after I've paid them. C, 4 times x, and x equals 5, plus 9 times y, which is negative 3. Okay, so I'll do the multiplication first. 4 5s are 20, plus 9 times negative 3. 9 3s are 27. And there's 1 of each, so it's negative 27. Alright, I've got $20 in one pocket, a bill for $27 in my other pocket. That means once I put them together, I'm still left with negative 7. And last but not least, this one. Negative 12, take away 9, divided by y, and y is negative 3. Okay, so we've got to do division first. We've got a division and then a subtraction. So 3 goes into 9 3 times, and there's 1 of each, so it's a negative. Then I have negative 12, take away negative 3. So if I take negative 3 away from negative 12, I'm left with negative 9 as my answer. So if you've got any questions, please ask.